All right, welcome back. And today we are going to do some linked lists. So here's a question called intersection of two linked lists. Let's read the questions. Write a program to find a node at which the intersection of two singly linked lists begin. For example, the following two linked lists. So you have this, and then you know that at one point they are going to intersect. It's possible that they don't intersect also, like example 3. So then because of that, you're not gonna output anything. Like for example here, the intersection value is 8. Output reference of the node with the value 8. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you just have to make sure that they're the same node, and if they're the same node, you just output it. So this question is pretty simple if you use a certain data structure. And yeah, wait, let's just look at the notes. If two linked lists have no intersection at all, return null. Okay, that's fine. The linked list must retain the original structure after the function returns. Okay, so that means you should not modify the linked list in any way. So you just read through it. You may assume that there are no cycles anywhere. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. And then your code should preferably run in O of n time and use O1 memory. Awesome, awesome. So, okay, let's just draw this. Let's just draw the first example. 4, 1, 8, 4, 5, and then 5, 0, 1, 8. Okay, so it goes this way. All right. Okay, so let's think of the easy way of doing it. So the very easy way of doing it is that all you have to do is you have to have like a set, like a hash set of all the nodes that you visited. So it's very easy. And then once you've seen it already, then you know that that's the intersection. So an example is, imagine if we start from here, then this is your hash set. Then now you have 4, the node 4 in it, the node 1, because you keep going here. And then node 8, and then you continue node 4, and then you continue node 5, right? And then after you finish going through the first list, you go to the second one, and then you go 5. Remember, it's not about the value 5, it's about the actual node, so you're not gonna, so this 5 is not equal to that 5. And then you get the 0, and then you got the 1, so on your hash set, until you reach the 8, and you realize 8 was already here, because this 8, same as this 8, and then you just return 8. So what's the time complexity of this? So the time complexity of this is O of m plus n, assuming that the length of, let's say, linked list A is m, and length of linked list B is n. So that way you have to iterate through both of them. So it's m plus n. So that is the time complexity. And then in terms of the space complexity, it would be that's wrong. It would be the max of m n, depending on which one. And the reason why for space complexity is because as you go through it, like your hash map is going to be at least the biggest of your like imagine if I chose this list, right? Then the size would be m, because I have all the nodes in there. And then the extra nodes, the extra node, which is the same as the max of mn, because here, like, because we know that m is smaller than n, right, by one node. So then if you add these 3 nodes, it's kind of like the same as the size, this plus that, and then plus these ones too. So actually, let me think, is it the max of n? Because in worst case scenario, what you can have is like this, right? Right. And then in that case, the space is m plus n. Yes. Sorry. Actually, let me backtrack. So yes. So instead, what I realized is, let's go back to the beginning. What we can do is, I kind of made I could have done a small optimization, which was, yeah, so when I had the hash map and I added like 4, 1, 8, because I was traveling through here, 4, 5, and then I just realized if I'm traveling on the second path, there's no need to add these in the hash map, because it's not like it's not like I care about visiting myself, or like I care about the nodes of this second list. All I care about is, while visiting these nodes, when are these nodes inside the hash set? And once they are, you just return the rightful one. So in that case, the space complexity is m over n or O of n, depending on which one you put in the hash set first. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much it. But in the question, it says you should do it in linear time, like O of n time, linear time, and also only use O of 1 memory. So how can we do this without memory? Now let's think about it for a second. What we can do is, there's actually a trick that we can do. Let me erase this real quick. So we won't need a hash set, because we know for sure that we can't use one, because we need constant space. Remove this. Yeah, the great thing about these questions is, if they give you constraints, it's actually quite easy, because it kind of gives you a clue. Like, now you know that you don't need any of those fancy data structure. So usually when it's constant time, you have to use multiple pointers, right? And in here, that's exactly the answer. You need multiple pointers. So we realize one thing we can do is that no matter how many nodes there are here, in the end, this node is always going to be the same. So what I mean by that, or why is that important, is given that we know the length of these two these two linked lists, like this one. So linked list A is length 5, and then linked list B is 1, 2. Let me just remove these two extra nodes I drew. And then this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6. So, there's also another way of like figuring out when they intersect without having a hash set. What you can do is, you want to make sure that the arrows are always at the same node number. So how do we make sure that when we traverse the linked list, it's always like synchronous, like this? Because if it's synchronous, once we both land in 8, we could just compare with each other if it's the same node. And if it is, we just return this one, right? So what we want to do is, we want to synchronize these pointers. And the way to synchronize these pointers is that somehow we want it to start here. And then we just compare these two. Is it the same? No, it's not. We move here. Compare these two. Is it the same? No, it's not. Move here, and then it is the same. So what we can do is, since we know the length, or we can calculate it, we know it's the length 5 and 6, then what we can do is, we can just start at 6 minus 5 equals 1. So we start at node 1 instead of 0. So we start here, right? So instead, what you can do is, because you know this one is longer, you do length A length B minus length A, which is 1. So you go up 1, and then you start here. So now you're synchronized. For example, if we had 2 extra nodes, then length B would be 6, 7, 8. It would be 8, right? And then 8 minus 5 will be equals to 3, right? And then what you can do is, you start, this is where your pointer is. You do 1, 2, 3, and then that's where you start, and then now you're synchronized, and then you just move together until you spot the same one, and then you just return 8. So what's the time complexity in that? It's the same thing, because you still have to move through this guy, and then together you move through that guy. So it's m plus n. And then in terms of space complexity, let's see, space complexity is over 1, because you only have 2 pointers, which is not anything. All right, cool. So let's code this up. Let's see how we do it. So we remember that we need, first of all, we need a function that calculates the length. First of all, we need a function that calculates the length of like a linked list. Because there's no function for that, we'll just make one for ourselves. So if it's not hit, we'll do it recursively. So if it's not head, that just means if it's a null pointer, then we return 0. And then if not, we return the node like ourselves plus the length. We will do recursively, or recursively called next, like this. All right. And then now what we want to do is we want to know the length of A and also the length of B. We'll call that function that we just wrote, head and length head B. All right, so now that we have the length, what we want is we want to start our pointers. Okay, we'll initialize our pointers, okay, as head A and head B. Okay, awesome. So now that we have that, what do we want to do? What we want to do is we want to make sure the pointers are synchronized. And how we do that is we compare the lengths. If it's longer, then we'll have to start the pointer early on and move all the way so that it's synchronized. And how we do that is we subtract the lengths together and then we move that many times. So for example, in our case, we had 8 and 5, and then we subtract that, we get 3. So we move this pointer 3 times before we start comparing. So if length of A is bigger than the length of B, because it could be any of them, we don't know which one's longer. Here we don't really need, we're gonna loop through it. I put a little underscore because we don't need it. We don't need the value of like the I usually. So if length of A, length of B, and then what we do is we move the pointer that many times. So we keep calling next until that many times, which is the range. And then else we do the same thing but the opposite. Length B minus length A, and then current B equals current B dot next. All right, so now that the pointers are synchronized, what we want to do is we just compare all of them. And then as long as they're not equal to each other, we keep looping. So A dot next, and then current B dot next. So yeah, so it will keep looping if they're not the same. And then if they're same, they'll break out of this loop and we'll return current A. And what happens if if they don't intersect? If they don't intersect, then they both become null pointers, right? Because at the end, you're gonna reach null pointer, and then it's gonna return null pointer if there's no intersection. All right, let's run this code. Oh, there's a little bug. Name B is not defined, oopsies. Head. All right, cool, intersect at 8, that works perfectly. Oops, I ran code again. And then we submit it, see if this is good. All right, perfect. So yeah, we have runtime is 232 millisecond, which is good, and we pass it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and yeah, these are pretty good linked list questions, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.